We're here today at the Peabody Public Library in Columbia City, and we're interviewing Robert Leas, who served during the Korean War. He was in the Army, and he received he attained the highest rank of Sergeant First Class. Mr. Leas was born September 14th, 1932, and lives here in Columbia City. Welcome, Mr. Leas. Why don't we just start, tell me, before you joined the service, what were you doing?
Let's see. I just got out of high school, and the year before I went in service, I done farming for my father.
So you're from a farm family?
Yes.
Farm family. And you were just, weren't out of high school too long?
No, let's see. I was out of high school about a year, I guess, before I went in service.
What was life? I mean, was it here in Columbia City, but I see you were born in Wells County. So was that where you were living, down in Wells
Yes.
County? What was like, I mean, what kind of things did you do?
I had 4 brothers and 2 sisters, so it was a big family, and my 2 older brothers both served in the Army. My oldest brother was in the Battle of the Bulge in Germany, and the brother 2 years younger than him, he was in Army Air Force. And I had a brother 5 years older than me. He didn't have to serve because Dad needed somebody on the farm. So, and then when I got out of service, or got out of school, I was drafted.
You were drafted?
Yes. Yeah, back then about everybody got drafted.
And what year was that?
That was in 53.
In 53. Do you have your friends? You had friends from this area?
I do have friends here now, but I had friends went in service the same time I did there from my school. But
From your school. Did you get to stay together afterwards?
no, I did see one of my friends over in Korea. He was in the MPs over there. I was in the artillery outfit. But I heard that he was there, so I took off one Sunday and went over to see him.
Were you married at that time?
No.
No. Okay. So they drafted you. Was it something you were expecting?
Well, back then you expected it, yes. Everybody got drafted.
And why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Once you got your letter or telegram, which was it?
I just sent you a letter.
Just
Uncle
a letter.
Sam wants you.
Uncle Sam wants you. Where did you have to report after that?
I reported there at Bluffton, and I went to Camp Grayling, Michigan, and from there they sent me to Breckenridge, Kentucky, down by Evansville there. I took basic training there at Evansville, or Breckenridge. And 16 weeks of training. I had 8 weeks of regular basic, and then I had 8 weeks of heavy weapons infantry basic. So I got extra basic training.
What does heavy weapons basic training? What are we talking about?
It's larger, like the 4.2 mortar, the big mortar, and recoilless rifle, the 105 recoilless rifle. Those are usually on Jeeps or quarter-ton trucks, but basic training, we had to carry them out to the range.
So you learned how to actually fire them then?
Oh,
Is that
yes.
what you were doing? Okay.
There's quite a few different heavy weapons.
Did you know you'd be going to Korea?
Not really. It's drafting them. Well, some of our outfit went to Germany, and some of them went to Korea and all over. So.
Had you even heard of Korea before you had to?
Oh, I'd heard of it. I mean, when I went in,
You knew about it.
yeah, the war was on. You know.
After you got out of your basic, what happened?
Well, I got to leave to come home, and I got a plane to Seattle. Seattle was 14 days on the ship into Japan. Landed at Yokohama, and then went well, they met in Yokohama and went all the way south into Sasebo to ship out for Korea, and there they sent me back up to Hiroshima, where I went to wire school for a month.
What did that teach
Field
you?
wiring.
What did that teach you?
What is what?
What does that, what is that and how?
Field wireman?
Yeah.
They string telephone wires and stuff and climb poles and all
Okay.
kinds of fun. And they went back to Sasebo and then to Korea, and got to Korea, they sent me to radio school. And got out of radio school, they put me in message center, which I had no training whatsoever for, but the guy there, he trained me, so I spent most of my time in message
In
center.
message center, what did you do there? What does that mean, a
Yeah,
message
that's
center?
where they'd send in coded messages, and I'd break them down, and I had code decoders that I set up each day, and I had all kinds of secret stuff that, like the daily passwords and stuff like that, I'd put out for the different batteries to come in and pick up the password, and so everybody had the same password.
What did they need the password for? What kind of?
Well, when you're out at night and somebody approaches you, you challenge them, and they give the first part of the password, and the guard gives the second part of the password. It's a two-part password.
And everybody in Korea, every day that changed?
Oh yeah, and it's the same thing all over Korea. I mean,
That's quite an operation.
well, I had a list of them. I mean, I get SOI, which is standing operating orders, so I would put that out each day we had 4 artillery batteries and a headquarters battery, service battery, so we had 6 batteries here, but they'd all come in and pick up the password, so that everybody had it.
And you were in Korea at this time, though?
Yes.
You were in Korea. And did you stay there in the
I was
message
there
center?
for over a year,
For a year at the message center.
yeah.
Have any free time?
No, not very much. There wasn't much to do there anyway. Everything was just pretty well leveled at that time, and there was paper shacks around. There wasn't no town anywhere.
Did you ever get to go out into the field?
Out in the field?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd go out and we had training exercises all the time. I mean, we'd go on the field, and I had a Jeep and a trailer on my Jeep, and I had to load the big safe up that I kept all the secrets in. I had to load that on the trailer and take it out in the field too.
So you were located in this one place, but then every once in a while you'd have to take all that away from there out into the
Yeah.
field?
We go on maneuvers. And
Maneuvers. Okay. Did you have any experience that you'd like to share with us? Any, people that you met, something that you did over there?
No, we lost some boys there. They went in swimming in the river there, and there's some of them went walking up in the hills and would hit some mines that are located, but he stayed in your area where he was all right, but there's a few of them that got out. And,
Were you able to keep in touch with the people back here in Indiana?
just by letters is all.
Just by letters?
They didn't have any communications like they got nowadays.
Okay, and were you married?
No, I wasn't married.
You weren't married then either? Okay.
My mother and father are still living then, so
You said you stayed in Korea about a year, somewhere around a year?
a little over a year,
A
yeah.
little over a year.
I started home from Korea day after Thanksgiving. I got home day before Christmas, so long trip home. I didn't think I was ever gonna make it home for Christmas.
How'd you get home? Mode of transportation, how'd you get home?
Yeah, we went ship from Korea to Seattle. Seattle, they put us on a troop train to Chicago. And there, Fort Sheridan, Chicago, I mustered out there.
In Chicago? And then you came.
Took a plane into Bearfield and hitchhiked home.
You indicated that you were, after your service in Korea, you were in the reserves?
Yeah.
How did that work?
Yeah, we had a reserve outfit at Montpelier, Indiana. We had a 8-inch howitzer there, and we'd meet once every 2 weeks or once every week. Once a year we'd go to Wisconsin for training up there.
Was everybody required to be in the reserve when they were mustered
I
out?
think we were obligated to stay in the reserves after we were released. I believe that was, I think there was an 8-year service connection, but 2 years service and reserve service afterwards.
Did they ever actually call you up as a unit to rejoin?
No,
No? How long did you stay in the reserves then?
that was until I got my, or until I got out, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. When you did come back, I mean, how'd you make a living? How'd you live?
Well, different jobs. I went worked for a grain elevator, hauling corn and stuff and feeds and stuff, but that was pretty rough. Then I got a job at Van Buren, Indiana, driving a gas truck, delivering to farmers and fuel oil to. And then I got married, and we moved to LaPorte, and I worked on the Indiana toll road there at a gas station. That was rough work too.
Did anything that you were doing, anything in your service, when you served, did that help you later at all? Did you learn anything from that?
Oh, I don't know if I learned anything that would be helpful in
It's okay.
civilian life. I guess I could climb a telephone pole, but
Not too much call for that, is there?
no.
Okay. Do you belong to any of the military organizations like the American Legion or Veterans of
Yeah, I
World War?
was past commander of the American Legion. And I'm past commander of the VFW down at Montpelier, Indiana, when I first got out there. And I still belong to VFW, life member there.
What are the benefits to that? How does that?
Yeah, it just, well, of course they got a meeting room and all that, but I hardly ever attend. Not very.
Okay.
But still get literature from the VFW and all that, to get a magazine.
Before we end the interview, I want to make sure I thank you, but is there anything else that you want to tell us about your service?
Yeah. Let's see, I've seen quite a few movie stars while I was over there. They'd come over for USO shows.
And who'd you get to see?
Yeah, Raymond Burr, he was there, he came down, and most of them went up and ate with the officers, but he said he was gonna eat with the men, so he came down and ate with us. And Marilyn Monroe, went to see her. And there's quite a few of them, but I can't remember now all they were.
How often did they come?
Oh, they'd only show up one time, but different ones would come at different times. I mean,
Was it like a weekly event or a
Oh, no.
monthly? No set
Yeah.
pattern?
monthly maybe or
Monthly.
something like that. Never knew when they was gonna come, but
Anything else?
No, don't think so.
Well then, Mr. Leas, then we want to thank you for your time today.
Reading, I don't know where I'm at. I forgot I had that until I was up at my house there and found it.